Success is often mistaken for a gift bestowed upon the fortunate few, as if fate selects individuals at random while leaving others behind. This illusion leads many to believe that persistence is an inherent trait, something you either have or do not. But this is a dangerous misconception. Persistence is not luck, nor is it a mystical force beyond your control. It is a discipline, a skill that can be honed, strengthened, and mastered like any other. The ability to endure is developed through deliberate effort. Those who reach the highest levels of achievement are not born with an extraordinary capacity to persist. They cultivate it through experience, through hardship, through an unwavering commitment to their vision. They understand that setbacks are inevitable, but what matters is how they respond. Some crumble under pressure, resigning themselves to mediocrity. Others use failure as fuel, refining their approach and sharpening their resilience. The choice is always there: surrender or adapt, retreat or advance. Consider the figures throughout history who have risen above adversity. They were not spared hardship, they faced it, often more intensely than those who quit. The difference was their mindset. They refused to let temporary defeats define them. They saw obstacles not as dead ends, but as stepping stones. With each failure, they learned. With each rejection, they grew. They recognized that persistence is not about blindly pushing forward, but about intelligently adjusting, absorbing lessons, and applying them with greater precision. Modern society often glorifies instant success, creating the illusion that great achievements happen overnight. This is false. Behind every triumphant moment lies years, sometimes decades of persistence, unseen struggles, and quiet battles fought in the shadows. The strongest individuals are those who have trained themselves to withstand disappointment without losing momentum. They have built a fortress of resolve, knowing that the only true failure is giving up entirely. If persistence were an accident of luck, then mastery would be unattainable for most. But the truth is, it is accessible to anyone willing to cultivate it. The mind, like the body, can be conditioned. The more you train it to endure, the stronger it becomes. In time, persistence becomes second nature, a force that propels you forward even when the odds seem insurmountable. Those who understand this principle do not wait for fortune to favor them. They create their own destiny through relentless perseverance. Failure is an unavoidable part of any meaningful pursuit. It is not a signal to stop, but a question being asked: how much do you want it? Those who misunderstand failure see it as a final judgment, a barrier that signifies the end of the road. But those who achieve greatness recognize it as something entirely different, a test of resilience, a challenge meant to separate the committed from the weak-willed. When faced with setbacks, most people retreat. They convince themselves that failure is proof they were never meant to succeed. This is the mistake that ensures mediocrity. The truth is, failure is not an indication that something is impossible. It is merely part of the process. Every person who has ever accomplished something remarkable has endured rejection, mistakes, and disappointment. The difference between those who succeed and those who fade into obscurity lies in how they interpret failure. The greatest minds in history did not avoid failure, they embraced it. They understood that mistakes carry valuable lessons, insights that cannot be gained through effortless victories. The key is not to avoid failure, but to learn from it, to analyze where things went wrong and adjust accordingly. Each setback refines your understanding, strengthening your ability to navigate future challenges. Every failure presents a choice: give up or continue. Those who persist see each defeat as an opportunity to improve, while those who quit allow setbacks to define them. The ones who rise are those who reframe failure in their minds, not as an end, but as part of the journey. The road to mastery is paved with difficulty. If you expect an easy path, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. But if you embrace failure as an unavoidable and necessary step, you will develop an unshakable will. Every failure you endure brings you closer to success. As long as you refuse to let it stop you, the only true failure is quitting. Every other setback is simply a lesson in disguise. History is filled with individuals who, against all odds, defied expectations and carved their names into the fabric of time. Their paths were not smooth, nor were they met with immediate success. They were ridiculed, doubted, rejected, and tested at every turn. Yet they endured. Their refusal to surrender in the face of adversity was the defining factor that separated them from the countless others who abandoned their pursuits. Greatness is not reserved for the most talented or the most intelligent. It belongs to those who refuse to give up. Every field of human achievement, from science to art, from warfare to innovation, has been shaped by individuals who understood that endurance is the price of excellence. The world remembers the scientists who made groundbreaking discoveries, but few acknowledge the years of failed experiments and ridicule they endured before success arrived. The world admires the masterful works of artists, but forgets the decades of obscurity and struggle that preceded recognition. The world sees the triumph of leaders, but overlooks the defeats, betrayals, and hardships that tested their will. The path to greatness is never linear. It is filled with false starts, unexpected failures, and moments of crushing doubt. Those who lack endurance see these struggles as proof that they are unworthy of success. But those who rise above understand a deeper truth. Struggle is the fire that forges greatness. Without it, strength remains untested, and potential remains unrealized. The moments when you feel like giving up are the very moments that define you. Endurance is not about mindless perseverance. It is about resilience, adaptability, and an unwavering commitment to your purpose. It is the ability to get knocked down and rise again, armed with the lessons of failure. It is the ability to withstand criticism, rejection, and uncertainty without allowing them to weaken your resolve. Those who achieve greatness do not escape hardship. They embrace it, knowing that every challenge brings them closer to their ultimate goal. If you seek mastery, expect struggle. If you seek success, expect failure. But most importantly, if you seek greatness, cultivate endurance. Those who refuse to quit, those who stand firm when others fall, are the ones who ultimately leave their mark on the world. Struggle is often seen as an obstacle, something to be avoided or minimized. But in reality, it is the very thing that shapes you, sharpens you, and prepares you for success. Those who achieve greatness do not do so despite struggle. They do so because of it. Hardship is the price of mastery, and every challenge you face is a necessary step in your transformation. The world does not hand out rewards to the untested. It does not offer success to those who have not proven their ability to endure. When you set out on a path of ambition, you will face resistance. This resistance is not there to stop you, it is there to mold you. It will expose your weaknesses, reveal your limitations, and force you to evolve. If you give up at the first sign of difficulty, you will never reach your full potential. But if you embrace struggle as a rite of passage, you will emerge stronger, more capable, and more prepared than ever before. Throughout history, those who accomplished extraordinary things understood this truth. They did not complain about their struggles, they welcomed them as part of the journey. The great warriors of the past were not born with strength, they were hardened through battle. The greatest minds in history did not rise effortlessly. They fought through failure, rejection, and isolation. The most successful leaders did not inherit their power. They earned it through relentless perseverance in the face of hardship. Many people believe they want success, but what they truly desire is comfort. They wish for an easy path, free from difficulty and pain, but an easy path leads nowhere. Struggle forces you to grow. It teaches you discipline, patience, and resilience. It forges an unshakable character that cannot be broken by temporary defeats. When you encounter hardship, do not see it as a reason to stop. See it as proof that you are on the right path. Every setback is an invitation to rise stronger. Every challenge is an opportunity to refine your skills. The pain you endure today is the foundation of the strength you will wield tomorrow. Those who understand this truth do not run from struggle, they embrace it, knowing that it is the price of greatness. Pain is an unavoidable part of any meaningful pursuit. Those who strive for something greater will inevitably face rejection, failure, and hardship. Most people view pain as a warning, a sign that they should stop, retreat, or change direction. But those who achieve mastery understand something crucial. Pain is not an enemy. It is a tool, a source of power that can be harnessed and used to fuel progress. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not the presence or absence of struggle. It is how they respond to it. Some allow pain to weaken them, to drain their energy and break their spirit. Others take that same pain and use it as motivation, letting it sharpen their focus and strengthen their resolve. When faced with adversity, you have two choices. Let it destroy you or let it drive you forward. History is filled with individuals who turned pain into power. The greatest artists, inventors, and leaders did not escape suffering. They endured it, transformed it, and used it as a foundation for their success. The writer who was rejected countless times before publishing a masterpiece. The athlete who trained harder after every defeat. The entrepreneur who built an empire after years of failure. These individuals were not spared hardship, they simply refused to let it define them. If you seek to accomplish anything great, expect resistance. Expect moments of exhaustion, doubt, and frustration. Expect the world to test you, to push you to your limits. But rather than resisting the pain, learn to embrace it. Use it as proof that you are growing, that you are pushing beyond your previous limitations. Let every failure remind you of why you started. Let every rejection fuel your determination to prove yourself. Pain, when properly understood, is a sign of progress. It means you are stepping out of your comfort zone, expanding your abilities, and moving closer to your goals. Weakness comes from avoiding pain, from choosing ease over challenge. Strength comes from facing hardship head-on and refusing to back down. Those who achieve greatness are not those who avoid suffering, but those who learn to use it as fuel. Victory does not belong to the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most privileged. It belongs to those who refuse to surrender. The world is filled with people who started strong but faltered when the path became difficult. Many dream of success, but few have the endurance to withstand the trials required to achieve it. The ability to persist when all signs point to failure is the defining trait of those who rise above the rest. The pursuit of anything meaningful will test your will. You will encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable, moments when doubt whispers that you are wasting your time, that your efforts are in vain. You will see others give up, and you will be tempted to follow. But this is the crucial moment, the point where the weak are separated from the strong. Those who achieve greatness are not necessarily the smartest or the most gifted. They are the ones who stand firm when others break. History is a testament to the power of relentless persistence. The greatest leaders, innovators, and creators were not immune to failure. They faced repeated rejection, criticism, and defeat. Yet they endured. They did not allow setbacks to define them. They refused to let temporary failure become permanent. Their secret was simple. They kept going when others stopped. Those who give up often do so just before success arrives. The final stretch is always the hardest, the most exhausting, the most discouraging. This is when most people abandon their pursuit, unaware that they were only moments away from a breakthrough. The ones who persevere, who push forward despite the pain, are the ones who eventually taste victory. Quitting is easy. It requires no effort, no courage, no resilience, but regret is far more painful than struggle. The knowledge that you abandoned your goal, that you walked away when you could have succeeded, will haunt you far more than any temporary hardship. If you truly desire success, burn the option of surrender from your mind. Expect difficulty, embrace struggle, and press forward no matter what. The world belongs to those who refuse to accept defeat, who push past their limits, and who refuse to give up, no matter the cost.